So first question, Michael Schumacher used to come here and say he loved coming to the United States and Texas especially because he didn't get recognised. Now with Drive to Survive, everything that's happened to F1, as a Ferrari driver I'm guessing that's not the case anymore.
It changed really a lot in the last 4 years. I've been in Ferrari and Formula One. The first year I could walk into the streets and nothing will happen. Now it's a bit more difficult. But it's a good sign, I guess. Yeah, I still love to come to the state, but I just get a bit more recognized.
So what do you do in the evening? Can you go to have a normal dinner? Can you go and taste some of this like amazing barbecue and the pizzas and stuff they have here, or do you have to keep it fairly low profile?
No, I mean I love meat, and it is definitely the best place to eat meat here. So loads of barbecues. Not great for weight saving before the race, but that's fine. And I also have a special helmet with some barbecue sauce, which is my favorite sauce. So yeah, but it's always a great time here, and we always try to do something with the whole team, a barbecue team dinner, and it's always nice to be here.
Let's just go back to that helmet. You've got barbecue sauce on your helmet?
Yeah, that's not real barbecue sauce, but it's painted just to make it look like barbecue sauce.
Oh, cool. Well, that's a bit different. It's good to have something local here for this race. Now, kind of slightly more serious part of the interview. Obviously this season, it looks so good to start with. You were running away with the championship after 3 races. It all looked like it could go your way. When you look at the whole season, of course, where Ferrari were last year, do you see it as a big step that you made because you are winning races, or do you see it as a missed opportunity given how good it looks early on?
Well, I think first of all, as you say, you need to take the full picture of it. And when you look at 2020, 2021, it's been 2 very, very difficult years for the team where we're really struggling in terms of performance. And then we did a huge step forward in terms of performance from last year to this year. Probably not many people expected us to be so much, to do such of a step, which was really good. We knew how hard we worked, but it was a relief anyway to arrive to the first race of the season and to see that all the hard work behind the scene were paying off. On the other hand, as you said, having such a competitive car this season, we've shown that this is not enough, and we need to grow as a team and be better next year in order to fight for the championship, because there were too many mistakes coming the Sunday, whether it's strategy, time management, communication, reliability, and also my mistakes. So this we need to do a step up next year to do in order to be fighting for the championship.
Maybe impossible to say, but if you had removed all those mistakes, was it winnable this year, the championship, given the performance you had in the car?
I mean, the performance was there, so yeah, but it's easy to say that to be... I mean, with the if, loads of people could have won the championship this year, and I don't like to see it that way, but I think it's very, very clear what we have done wrong this year. We've had the reliability problems at the beginning of the year, then we've had a period with problems with the strategy calls, and but we know that we are aware inside the team, and this is what gives me the confidence that in the future we'll get better.
So the championship was decided last weekend. I guess we knew a bit before. When did it click for you that the title probably wasn't on anymore this year?
Around the summer break, it was already looking quite difficult, because we knew that with the reliability problems we had, we will get quite a bit of penalties throughout the second part of the season, and obviously coming after the summer break, coming to Spa, Red Bull did also a step forward, so that's where I started to know that it was going to be very, very unlikely.
Because Spa really did seem to be a turning point for both cars' performances. Do you understand what's happened there? Is it just that Red Bull made a step, or did you lose something as well?
I think Red Bull made a step, because if we look the tendency over the whole season in Spa, they were really on another level. But it was a bit of a one-off also, to that extent at least. Then in the other races we were closer, probably not in the same level as them compared to the start of the season, but yeah, we were closer, but never enough to actually win a race.
And looking at the last 4 races here, I remember when Nico won his title, I think he won the last 4 races of the season, he just carried that momentum through. Is something similar possible for you now that there's a little bit of pressure off? Maybe Max might just kind of lift the throttle a little bit, do you reckon?
I don't know. I don't want him to lift the throttle. I want to win the races on track, fair and square. And the goal for me in these last 4 races is to use them in the best way possible for us to be a stronger team next year. Because to arrive 2nd, 3rd or 4th, is good, of course. Second is better than third, but that's not what I'm interested into. I'm interested to fight for the World Championship next year, and I really hope that we can use these last 4 races in order to be a better team for next year.
And you personally, what are you going to learn from this season to take to next year? Because you've been very honest. After France, you were very honest about your performance. So how can you up your game again?
I mean, the first few years, there was always a big lesson learned from that season, no? Whether it was the time management or too many mistakes in the first years. Now, if I look back at this one, it's probably one of my strongest seasons. Yes, there's been this mistake in France that costed us 25 points. But this happens over a season. The season is long. You're obviously pushing for every centimeters on tracks, and sometimes it can happen to go over it. And of course, in the next seasons, I will try and do one mistake less all the time. But there's not a big lesson for this year. It's just trying to get better at every single thing by a little. That will make then a big difference.